Alright, Moose, it's your turn.
There's a gator.
So, oh, you do got a gator out here too. So coral.
This is a coral snake, yeah.
Okay, the next one is a moccasin.
Yep.
And then diamondback.
Diamondback is where Otto's playing.
And then... All right, y'all, we got a dog training video today. We're actually training our main dogs to stay clear of venomous snakes. And this is a very important thing, not just here in Florida, but all across the country for hunting dogs. You really want your hunting dogs to know the scent of dangerous animals that they need to stay clear of. So come on and let's do some dog training. You ain't showing much interest. Yeah. Moose, come here. Come here, buddy. There's the moccasin. So oftentimes when you're setting this up, you really only have this one chance to teach your dog that this scent is deadly and something it wants to stay clear of. Today we'll be using e-collars to sort of zap the dogs with stimulation and scare them so they know to stay away from these scents that they're smelling. You know, we really only have one shot to do this and to make them remember it. So you really want to kind of scare these dogs and make it, you know, I hate to say it, but almost sort of a traumatic experience for them where they know to stay the F away from whatever they just smelt. Because, you know, they're not going to have second chances a lot of times. A bite from a rattlesnake especially could kill a dog. So we got to be very careful about that and really make sure these dogs understand that these animals are dangerous and that they need to stay away from them. So what we're looking for is we kind of walk the dog past the animal that we're trying to train on. As soon as we notice the dog show it any kind of attention, whether we see that it smells it or it sees it or any kind of attention towards that animal, generally it's when you're walking it downwind. That's when we hit it with the shock. And the dogs definitely do not like it, son. I would hit it, yeah.
Fourth dog, that's how bad doing that today.
You're okay, Bubba. You're okay. I know you don't like the shock. You're okay. I know. It's good for you, buddy. It's okay. Go, Moose. Everyone's gonna call you a sissy now, son. Come on. It's for his own good. Generally, when you're using an e-collar, you're never hurting the dogs. You're using it in such a way where it stimulates their neck and sends a command to the dog or fixes some sort of behavior. Your dog shouldn't be yelping. You shouldn't be hurting it. You know, people call them shock collars and they think you're just electrocuting a dog. That couldn't be farther from the truth. In fact, these e-collars, these training collars are crucial for working dogs and even pet dogs. It corrects a lot of behavior and it keeps the dog safe in a lot of scenarios where you can't have a leash on it. And some dogs are more sensitive to these collars than others. Moose has always been very sensitive. But, you know, he's always been the kind of dog that just wants to make me proud. He doesn't hunt for himself, he hunts for me. And anytime I get on him or yell at him, he takes it to heart and he listens. He's not one of those dogs you got to smack to listen. You know, you tell him what to do and he wants to please you. And, you know, it's all for a reason. It's all for the safety of the dog. And again, this is not how you normally use these collars. So, you know, Moose old yelping and running around definitely made me feel bad for him, but it's for your own good, buddy. A lot of people, you know, don't understand that each one of these animals has a very different scent depending on species. And a pygmy rattlesnake versus a rattlesnake or a moccasin or a coral snake, they all have very different scents. You need to have the dog identify with each specific scent. And, you know, doing that, we got to kind of just do it one by one and work through each species. And we even have an alligator in there. It's very important for these Florida hunting dogs to know the scent and sight of an alligator and that they need to stay clear of it. Oftentimes, especially my hog dogs may come across a gator or something like that when I'm not around, and they have to know what to do themselves if I'm not there. Moose just seem to naturally have an instinct to stay away from these venomous snakes, and especially the alligator. You know, Moose comes from a Florida hunting line of dogs, cattle dogs, and I think it's just been so ingrained in him to stay away from the alligators and some of these dangerous venomous snakes that he really naturally knew just to not really show them any attention. In fact, I almost sort of had to set him up and really bring him by them to get him to show them any mind. Either way, it shows that A, he knows they're bad, and B, that he's very intelligent and learns from what's going on. It's always impressive when you see a dog do that.
Line him up.
Allie's a huge help with these dogs, and I definitely can't take credit for the training. She does most of it. I do the infield training, giving them the infield experience, but she's the one really at the house, giving them the general obedience, giving them the building blocks that they need to be successful hunters out in the field with me. And you know, what we're doing here today with these snakes and these gators is a huge part of that.
You gonna start with Otto first?
Yeah.
All right. Hang out, Moose.
You can see here Allie working with Otto, getting him comfortable with the different species he'll be working with, putting them in his mouth and training him how to hold them in his mouth. You know, with a lot of these animals we're hunting, if Otto were to let them go, they're probably still alive and they're going to run and get away. So we're training him that when he catches something to hold it in his mouth, but not necessarily crunch it and kill it. Especially some of these birds we hunt, if we do a guided hunt, we don't want him destroying clients' animals. So, you know, there's a lot that goes into these dogs behind the scenes that people don't think about.
Camo. Bearded torpedo himself.
And we got old Riot over there. No, I know Riot. You're just a little pup. All right, little Camo. You'll get your chance to shine here in a minute. Most women carry a purse.
Huh?
So most women carry a purse.
I carry a pigeon bag.
You carry a pigeon bag. Hashtag crazy bird lady. There we go. Good pup. Bird's right in there. Yeah. A little warning would have been nice. I didn't know you were gonna explode the bomb next to me. And he will go back to his little pen. Okay, so explain to us what you just did.
What I'm doing with Otto right now.
We can't hear you.
Don't be shy. Get up here.
All right, explain it.
So what I'm doing with Otto right now is I'm getting him steady to point where he's not rushing in on the birds, and then I'm getting him steady to flush, and then my next step will be getting him steady to shot with the following bird.
So what did we just do right there?
So what we just did was getting him steady to flush.
So basically keeping him still while something else goes in and flushes the bird and he doesn't move.
Yeah, he has to honor you kicking that bird.
All of our dogs we train since puppies, and you know, Otto's obviously no exception. We've started him since very, very young. Bringing him out in the field, working on a variety of animals, from native animals to invasive species, birds, lizards, raccoons, feral cats, you name it. Otto's had experience with it, and that's very important in the line of work we do. I need him to be versatile. We never know what we're gonna come across, and that was something that was important to train since a puppy.
Heel.
All right, let's see how little Riot does.
Hey.
Riot has not been with us very long. Allie has not had much chance to work with her.
Allie not only trains our own dogs, but she often will train dogs for local hunters and guides. And, you know, she has a number of client dogs at one time. And one of the dogs here, Riot, was always one of our favorites. I actually considered purchasing her at one point. Just never worked out, but she was always a strong hunter and a really good dog.
There we go. Already on our next point. What? Good dog. Oh, Riot, come on, girl. You just didn't have the patience. We put her to the test there. I was sitting there taking pictures of her. I had a feeling she was gonna give in. She's learning.
So the reason why I have Riot, she was originally here only supposed to be for like maybe like 2 weeks while her mom was recovering from surgery. Well, while we were out here, I was just having her show me exactly like all what Riot knows, how she does out in the field, and she was blinking birds. And when a dog blinks birds, it's basically kind of like, I don't want to say scared of it, but not what they're meant to be doing. As soon as they get bird scent, they're supposed to lock up on point. Well, she would smell it and come right back to us. So she got bad advice from somebody and accidentally, like as she was rushing in on traps, as she was a lot younger than what she is now, zapped her with the e-collar, and it got her really scared of them. So what I'm doing now is retraining her, letting her know that it's fun, it's all positive, there's nothing negative associated with birds. Once we build her back up, that's when we'll shape her back up and start, you know, really getting her back up to studying her up.
Making birds fun again.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of good dogs come and go through us, whether, you know, she's working with them, training them for clients, or even our own dogs that necessarily don't work out for us. You know, we may have a dog that's just a better fit with someone we know with the work they do. And we always want what's best for the dog.
All right, Cam. You ready now? All right, well, Cam's over here shaking, ready. So hurry up.
Little Camo was another dog that we always really liked, had a great personality, great hunter. And, you know, we always get close with the clients and their dogs. It's hard to see them go sometimes.
There we go. Oop. And it's nice point, but didn't hold steady very long. I'm smelling that thing from a while away. You flew it?
A big thing for us is always kind of showing how important it is for working breeds to work. A lot of people will see these dogs and think how cool they are and want to get one, and then they don't do nothing with it. It sits in the house, plays in the yard maybe, but that's not nearly enough for these dogs. These dogs are high drive, they need high stimulation and brain activity. They need to be able to figure things out, hunt down animals, capture, kill. It's what they were bred to do, and it's very important to allow them to do that. Anything but hunting them and allowing them to do that is really animal cruelty, if you ask me. A lot of people think that these dogs just want to be in the house all day and snuggled up, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I got dogs that stay out in the kennel that if they get injured or hurt and I bring them inside, they are dying to get back outside in that kennel. They don't want to be inside that damn house. It ain't what they're used to. It ain't what they like. They're animals. They want to be outside with the bugs and the birds and the everything else. You know, for a lot of people that's hard to understand, but for me, I totally get it. Sometimes I like being better outside with the birds and the bugs too. So, you know, before you get a working breed, know what you're getting into, and be sure you're giving that dog the proper life. I can't tell you how many dogs end up here with us as rescues because their owners did not know what they were getting into. And that dog did not have a good start. It's got a long ways to catch up, and oftentimes they never catch up. So be responsible, and you know, that's my message of the video, I guess. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something. You know, dog training for us is very interesting. I hope it's the same for y'all. And if you guys want to come down, come on a hunt, see the dogs work, I highly suggest it. It is awesome. It is what it's all about. Shoot us an email, pythoncowboyhunts@gmail.com. We'll get you all set up. If you want to discuss Allie possibly training a dog for you, she's not taking in many right now, shoot us an email as well, and we'll get back to y'all on that. So appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching.